Hello, lovely people out there. Welcome to Sort of Like Dotty and welcome to Friday Sews. Just for anybody who doesn't know, I'm not actually called Dotty, I'm called Alison. Dotty relates to my middle name, just somebody asked recently. And some people do sometimes reply and say Dot and Dotty, and that's okay, I'll answer to anything. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, hello. It's very nice to have you along today. So this week's Friday Sews is just as normal. Well, actually a little bit different. So I'll chat to you what I've been up to this week in the sewing world, maybe a little bit of life, and what I've got planned for the week ahead. So my sewing week started on Sunday. So it was the Stitch In Tyne social sewing morning that Mags and Dawn have set up, and there are a few of you coming along to the September one, I know, so I'm looking forward to meeting some new people there. It was yeah, just a really, isn't it just nice to get together and sew with people? It's just great. So I started I'll just lift this out, sorry. I started on my second version of the Style Like Ariana woven dress. I will drop a picture of the one that I made quite recently in. What I've done, I'm just going to hold it up while I talk through the changes. So I've decided that as I didn't need to undo any buttons, I sewed it up completely last time. I've actually cut the bodice front and the front skirt on the fold. So obviously I'm playing around with it a little bit. So it's still got the same shape in the centre of the top of the bust, as you can see in that red one. Still got that shape. The straps I've done just ever so slightly wider. I haven't done anything with pockets. I didn't put pockets on the last one, but I am thinking of putting pockets on this one. I'm off next week, although we've got lots of things planned. It's the bank holiday in the UK, and then I've got a few days off. It's Cal's 50th next week, so there's all sorts going on. But I am thinking of trying some embroidery on some of the fabric, some flowers or something, and then if that works, to put that on as two patch pockets. So if you see the dress after and it hasn't got patch pockets on, it's because that didn't really work. I'm not bothered about pockets anyway, but I just thought they might look really cute. So the fabric that I've started to do that in is this, which is a null linen or something like that, I think it's called, which is from First for Fabrics. I'll pop a link in if they've still got it available. If not, I always try to put all of the links to fabric and patterns and pattern shops and pattern brands that I talk about in my description box. So if I forget to hold things up or show you it, just check out there. I've had this for a little while. I think it was about £5 a metre. It has got a little bit of give in it. And yeah, I'm just really into this colour. I love it. So I'm wanting to get this finished for me holly bobs. So I'm opening this up because I haven't touched it since last Sunday. So at the moment I've got the bodice sort of pieces made, and it's self-lined. So I've got the shirt panel to do for the back, and then they'll just quickly come together, straps on, and the skirt is good to go. So definitely want to get that finished this week coming up. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get to share that with you next Friday and Friday Sews. And I did mention this the last time I made it, the length isn't long enough on me, so I have cut out a ruffle to put on the bottom, and the proportion of that suits my build. I'm 5'6.5", or I was, maybe I'm not quite as tall as that anymore, but I didn't just want to make the skirt panel longer. I felt like it looked really nice with the ruffle on the bottom, so there'll be an update on that next week. Dark denim jacket is parked. It's gone into, we will get finished, but we're not urgent. I did say last week I'd bought a light denim jacket. I got it for 20 quid from a brand called Roman in the UK. It's downstairs. It fits me lovely. I'm not going to stress about it for my holidays. I knew I didn't have a week of my life left in between work, life, etc., to spend making a lighter denim jacket. So I'm going to park that one because it'll kind of go over darker colours and things like that. I'm just worried about the bleed. And thank you to all of you who said wash your fabric in vinegar and stuff like that. But what I'm worried about is, because I used the decorative threads on it, if I put it in the washing machine now, I mean, it's going to have to get washed at some point, that all the decorative threads might change colour. I don't know. I don't know if they're polyester or cotton. I don't know. Need to check. So The main thing I was going to talk to you tonight is a sort of part almost finished off, but by the time we finish off this vlog and you see it, you'll see pictures of it finished, and I'll explain why. Before I do that, what I'm wearing today is the Ava blouse by the Dressmaker's Closet, in a sort of, it's got these lovely bishop sleeves. I think the next time I make it, I will be ready to size down in it. And I've got it on, you can't see, with a self-drafted skirt. I'll drop a picture in that I took and shared on Instagram this morning as I went to work. So bear with me 1 second while I go and get the 2 dresses that are hanging up behind me, because I'm going to talk to you about those. Okay, so this dress is a dress that I've bought. If you're in the UK, it's from a brand called Blue Vanilla. It is available online because I just checked a couple of days ago. So it is a very, very simple dress. But the colours are just so me. It's got very Ibiza vibes. I've mentioned it before, and I got it at the Metro Centre. So basically, I've made a pattern out of this dress. When I saw it, I was with Granny Linda Sews. Hello, Linda. And she said, can you just look at something now and decide what pattern you could make it with? And I went, well, yeah, generally on the whole, I'll work it out. So I did a bit of measuring. I'll put a picture in of me wearing this one as well. What I especially love about this is the border print and how that works. And I did spend a lot of time browsing, as we do. Don't we just love to browse and look at fabric, looking for border print fabrics? But I wanted something, this is sort of a, well, it feels like cotton, but it's actually viscose. And it has the main skirt panel of it is all the floral, sorry, because there's that much fabric of it. And then the first tier of the skirt is the floral, and then the bottom part is the border as well. Oh, I've just found a sticky label on it. But it's really nice. And just a couple of things to show you in the finish of it. So the hem of it is a overlock rolled hem, and the sleeves are finished with an overlocked roll hem. And in the centre of it, it's such a simple construction. It is basically a seam that's joined together. It's about 7 inches in the centre. I'm not describing it very well. Centre up here. So that's exactly what I did for the construction. So to work it out, what I was going to do with it and how I was going to do it, I will put a picture in of me wearing it as well, was I measured it out. So I looked at, and it was obviously tricky because of the elastic in, so I was trying to pull it out and measure. So I looked at how wide were these arm panels, and obviously added a little bit on for seam allowance. And there isn't a seam on the centre, on the shoulder on this. It's just as it is. So I will put in the description box what the measurements were that I took. So I would say I'm currently wearing about a UK size 16. My bust is about a 41, but I am like a double D cup. So this just fits me really nice. It's really long. It's just so me. So I did some measurements. So the measurements that I give will have the width of the sleeve and whatever this is doubled over, because that is all one piece. And then the next measurement that I took was, sorry, I know this is me putting this all over the place, but if you know me, you know me. This is how my brain works. So I pulled this out, and I took a measurement across the front to get me that width, and then I went down to the bottom of that first tier, the main part of the skirt, and took this measurement, and then that gave me the shape that I wanted for the skirt. And I am going to probably convert this into a paper pattern for the skirt. I've already done that for the top, and then I just simply measured the width of the tiers for the skirt. I did make a little faux pas with the bottom tier, and I did have to piece it in at one point, but it's absolutely fine. So to create this part, sort of the underarm, as soon as I saw it, it made me think of the Friday Pattern Company Saguaro set top. So I'll drop a picture in of that if you've made that. I think it's called a dolman sleeve. So I literally took the pattern piece for that and laid it on, but the first time that I did it on the rectangle of fabric, I put it too far across towards, sorry, it's really impossible. I'm going to stand up. It's really impossible to show you. So imagine this was laid down, and it was just my thought process. I just didn't have it in the right place. So I had it too far across here, which meant when I went to put it on and try it over my head, it kind of went down to there. I was like, oh, it won't go any further. So luckily I had some extra fabric left. And then all that defines the back from the front is a little tie. I mean, you could have that at the front. When I first tried it on, I thought that's going to be really low, but it actually isn't at all. And so the construction of it was really simple, as you can imagine. So I made the skirt, joined one tier, then the other tier, made the top, and with this I had the two rectangles, so I joined them together, 7 inches here, 7 inches at the back, then pressed the seam open, and then top stitched straight over and straight down the back, and the same on the other side. And then I've just put a little bar tack there, and I think I need to do that with this one as well, just so it kind of doesn't I don't want that to fray. That was the word I was looking for, to fray there. Yeah, and so if you do buy this from the shop, I got this in a medium. They didn't have a large, and I took it in thinking that won't fit, and I came out and I was like, oh my god, I love this. So I'm going to grab the pattern piece and I'm going to grab the other dress, and I'll show you where I'm at with it. So I now have the pattern piece for the top, and obviously if I lose weight, I'm not too worried about it. It's quite loose fitting anyway, but I can just alter that accordingly to get the fit right. So I might bring that slightly further in there, or I might shorten the sleeve and adjust that, but that's what the top is. So you can see across the shoulder I've put cut and fold. I've also written on things for myself, so think about the direction of the print. So if I was using something that was directional, I would probably add a seam allowance on and just make sure that I had 4 panels, so I had the fabric going in the right direction. This one does have a directional print, but it's not actually noticeable. And if anybody's spending that much time having a look, I'm not really that bothered. I shouldn't say that, should I? But you know what I mean. So yeah, and I think I'll create a pattern piece for the skirt, and then it's good to go, because I definitely think I might knock another one of these up. So the only thing that's left to do on this is the hem, and the elastic and the tie. That's what's left to do, which is literally minutes. So I wanted to share it with you before I put the elastic in, to show you how it looks without that in. So that's where I'm up to. So it's exactly the same. This is fabric that I picked up on the Sewtoon swap table, so I did make a charity donation for it. It's a viscose chalice. I do have one of the red dress, and I really suit red, which was quite a surprise. But I knew I had quite a bit of this fabric. It wasn't too wide, but I had 4 meters of it. I think it was donated by Sarah, so thank you, Sarah. So I did play around with it a little bit, but the fabric is amazing, because that, well, you can see the stitching, but that's the selvage. So there are parts of it on the hem, if I hadn't had to add the extra piece in, I wasn't actually going to hem it at all, because this is the hem and that's the selvage. So I've never seen any fabric like it before. There's just nothing. There's no holes, there's no nothing along the edge of the fabric. I don't know what brand it is, but I love it. So all I did was join the top to the bottom, and I'm just going to do exactly what they've done on that dress. So I've just done a 1 centimetre seam where I've joined them together, and I'm just going to measure around that skirt, use 1 centimetre elastic, make a circle, join it together, put 4 quarters, and then zigzag it in place, and then that should bring the skirt in. You could do various options. You could put I'm trying to think, like you do with the Davenport dress, where you put a piece of fabric around to make sort of a channel for a drawstring. You could do that. It is very long. I deliberately want it really long, and there's a lot of fabric in the skirt, so I think you'll see when I get to the photos, it's got a really nice swishiness. That's such a good word to it. So I'm hoping once the elastic is in, that it'll look exactly as I'm thinking it, because at the moment I'm really pleased, because when I saw it a few weeks ago, and how it's gone so far, apart from the bit that didn't fit me, is going exactly as planned. So I will put that elastic on, put the ties on, do the finishing touches, and then share those pictures in this vlog so you get to see it. What else have I been doing? So behind me, you might have got a sneaky peek, is the dolly top, which I mentioned, which is Jane's newest pattern, which is launching at the end of next week. And for those of you that are eagle-eyed, you might see that the size range has been extended with this top to a size 6 to 28. So that's a UK 6 to 28. So I actually made a 16 in the original one that I did for the 12, but in the second version that actually made a size 14 in it. I'll share a little sneaky. So I'm really excited for Jane, and there'll be more of that to come. And the only other thing that I've kind of downloaded or done anything with this week is the new Friday Pattern Company Bateau t-shirt, which I did pay a donation to. It is a free or donate pattern. Not got any immediate plans to make something with it, i.e. in the next week or two, but I just wanted to mention that I've got that as well. And I'd love to hear if any of you have made it, because I always love Chelsea's patterns. There was a bit of an issue last Friday when it was launched. I emailed Chelsea and said I've kind of made the donation and paid for it and it's coming to my files, but I can't download it. So if you are having any issue, please just email, because there was like a system error and the files were sent straight over to me. So yeah, so if you can see that there, you can do that in a long or a short sleeve. I really like the look of that. So just a new t-shirt, new design. So immediate plans for this week, there is a lot going on. Tomorrow night, Friday, probably, well, tomorrow night is Friday when you're watching, so tonight, possibly a little bit of sewing. Saturday morning I'm at work, and then I think there's now 14 of us going out for afternoon tea, and then Carl's going back out with some friends on the evening. Sunday, I think he may have a bad head, so I'm going to get a little bit of sewing done on Monday, Sunday and Monday. And then on Tuesday, we're going to, all being well, back up to Alnwick Castle on Wednesday afternoon, and I'm going to Sawtune because I'm off work and it's on next Wednesday, so really looking forward to see all the Wednesday gang there. And then it's his actual 50th on Thursday, so we've booked in to go to the cinema, and we're going for some really nice food and some drinks and a really nice day in Newcastle Centre on Thursday. And then, yeah, nothing so much on Friday. So it's a busy week, and I'll be grabbing bits of sewing time and chill out time and family time here and there. So it's finishing touches now and kind of getting on with the last things. So really want to get that lilac skirt finished, and my swimwear finished. And then I really need to take stock of where I'm at, because I've got a week off, and then I'm back at work for a week, and then we head off to the sunshine and leave the dog and the kids. The kids are adult, we're not like abandoning them, please don't call social services, at home, and we're just going to have chill time. So yeah, that's a little update. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I needed to share or wanted to share, but you know, I love to hear what you're up to as well, so please drop me a message and let me know. And there will be photos that I've dropped in along the way as we go as well, and I look forward to catch up with you really soon, because next week I'll be thinking about September sewing plans as well. So that'll be a really mixed bag, because some of it will be suitcase hot weather holiday stuff, and some of it will be like thinking about autumn. So my September plans will be a really mixed bag, I think, but I look forward to hearing your plans as always. So bye for now, and happy sewing.